James Anderson from RotoWire here. I've got 5 hitters I really like this year. Josh Naylor, the first baseman for the Guardians. He rarely strikes out, less than 14% of the time. Puts the ball in play a ton, which leads to RBIs. And last year at 97 RBI in less than 500 plate appearances. He's averaged 8 steals over the past 2 years as a first baseman without topping 500 plate appearances. He's 26 now. He turns 27 this summer. I think he's going to set career highs in games, PAs, homers, runs scored. I'm not sure if he'll top last year's 308 average, but that average came with a 326 BABIP, so I wouldn't put it past him. Just a rare first baseman who can help you really across the board, and he's going outside the top 100. Love Josh Naylor this year. If you're looking for a shortstop in the middle rounds, I like Ezequiel Tovar with the Rockies. He played his first full season last year in the majors as a 21-year-old. He's got elite shortstop defense, which is going to keep him in the lineup. And of course, he struggled a little bit at the plate last year, which you'd expect from a player his age, but he still got over 150 runs plus RBI. This is a player with minimal minor league experience relative to the average second-year player. So the fact he kept his head above water last year tells me that he can take a big step forward this year. His most common spot in the lineup last year was second. So he's got the upside to blow past last year's runs plus RBI total, and 15 homer, 11 stolen bases from last year. Realistic upside to push to 2015 this year. And he checks a lot of the same boxes that Ha-Seong Kim did from a year ago. His defense is going to buy him the time in the lineup to develop offensively, and he contributes in all 5 categories. If you're looking for speed late in the draft, Parker Meadows, center fielder for the Tigers, is a great guy to target. He's the Tigers' best defensive player other than catcher Jake Rogers, and he actually showed reverse splits in the minors and the majors last year. So I think you're looking at an everyday player who leads off and steals 25 bases, and he's going after pick 250 in a lot of drafts. He went 27 for 30 on the base pass last year, but he didn't come into his own as a hitter until early June, and from then on, he was just a different guy. He was hitting 273, 897 OPS, 13 homers, 12 steals in his final 59 games at AAA. He's 6'5". I think he's just scratching the surface as a power hitter, so cheap speed, it's not going to hurt you elsewhere. Tough to find after pick 200, but Meadows fits the bill. So what if it's not speed, but power you're after? Matt Wallner, corner outfielder with the Twins. Matt Wallner had an 877 OPS as a rookie last year. He was a local kid. He grew up rooting for the team. Wallner had his lowest BABIP since the pandemic and still hit 249 last year while striking out over 30% of the time. He's got literally one of the best outfield arms in the game, so I think that's going to keep him in the lineup, at least against righties. And while he slugged 507 last year, his expected slug was even higher than that because of his barrel rate. I could see 30 homers. I could see 35 homers. He's capable of putting up a Jorge Soler type of season, and he's going after pick 300 in a lot of leagues. I don't think he's going to kill your batting average. I think he's going to hit 240, 245, and he could be a positive in on-base percentage league. The only knock is that he might sit against lefties, but he's going where a lot of guys who platoon are going in drafts anyway. So if you need late power, call him Matt Wallner. Liover Peguero, second baseman with the Pirates, is going super late. You can get him in the reserve rounds. He's eligible at second base and shortstop. I think this guy's a sneaky threat to go 2015, maybe 2020. He was unlucky on balls and plays in the minor last year, but strikeout rate was below 18%, as walk rate was over 10% as a 22-year-old at AA, AAA. He also was very good at driving the ball in the minors, 34.3% hard hit rate. You can check out those minor league hard hit rate stats on RotoWire. He barely plays at AAA, 59 games in the majors, showed some growing pains, strikeout rate went up, ground ball rate went up, but I think he's the everyday starter at second base. You can still get this guy for pick 400. It's just really tough to find a guy that could go 20 to 25 steals, I think is in play with him, 20 homers, possibly. Peguero's just not a guy that's getting drafted as regular.